Welcome back, everyone. In today's episode, we're diving into something that's crucial for any relationship: how to resolve marital issues. So let's talk about respect, communication, and understanding.
Yeah, and how these things relate to the law of grand nature, which might sound a bit complex, but it's really about how we approach each other, right? It's fascinating.
Absolutely. So imagine you're in a marriage and your spouse does something wrong. Now, is it okay for you to teach them? And if so, should you do it as a spouse or more like a teacher?
That's a tough one. It's interesting because if you take the role of a teacher, you're not really a partner anymore, right? You're stepping into a different dynamic. A teacher's job is to teach, not to be friends with their students.
Exactly. And in that scenario, can you really be a spouse and a teacher at the same time? It's almost like trying to wear two hats that don't fit together. It's like asking a teacher to be a buddy to their students.
Yeah, and then there's the issue of competence. If a teacher can't communicate effectively, the student, or spouse in this case, won't respect them. If you can't make them understand, the problem isn't with the student, it's with the teacher's approach.
That's right. So, in a marriage, if you can't communicate or resolve something, it's not your partner's fault. It means you haven't listened carefully enough, or maybe you're not respecting their perspective enough to fully understand where they're coming from.
And it's not just about listening to respond, right? It's about listening to understand. When you truly hear someone, you can offer the right kind of support. Without that, you're just throwing words out that might make the situation worse.
Exactly. And I think that's where many marriages break down. Communication isn't just talking, it's the exchange of energy. Without positive communication, the relationship gets cold.
It's like when you stop talking to each other. The energy of the home shifts, and you're both left feeling distant. If one partner spends all their time outside the home, whether it's work or friends, it starts to feel like there's no warmth left in the relationship.
And that's where we see problems like affairs, not necessarily the classic affair with another person, but more like an affair with a friend. They're spending time they should be spending with their spouse, seeking that connection elsewhere.
That's such a powerful point. When a spouse starts giving more energy to external relationships than to their own family, the house feels cold. The energy isn't circulating anymore, and that's when cracks start forming in the marriage.
And yet, people often ignore this, don't they? They keep pouring their energy outside and then wonder why there's tension at home. It's all about balance. If you spend more time with others than with your spouse, you're setting the stage for trouble.
Right, and if you're constantly engaging with others outside, it's impossible to maintain warmth in the home. The house needs communication, shared energy, and respect. Without that, the connection between partners weakens.
So, what's the solution here? How can couples respect each other and keep the connection strong?
It all comes down to mutual respect. Respecting each other's time, words, and energy. A relationship isn't just about being together, it's about nourishing the bond with meaningful communication. And when you respect each other enough, the relationship stays warm.
And that respect also means being humble when things aren't clear. If you don't have an answer, it's okay to admit that. Pretending to know everything only causes more distance. Humility creates understanding.
Definitely. The moment you start pretending, it's like you're shutting down the conversation. But when you admit your limitations, it opens the door for real dialogue. That's when trust starts building.
Exactly. And here's something else to think about. Communication isn't just about solving problems. Sometimes it's just about being there, listening, and sharing the space. Without that, even the best marriage can start to fall apart.
Yeah, it's so simple but so powerful. When you take the time to talk, really talk, with respect, everything else in the relationship falls into place. Money, status, those things don't matter nearly as much as a good conversation.
It's true. You could give up everything you have, but if you have that deep, respectful connection, nothing else compares. That's the foundation of any healthy relationship.
So what does this tell us? In a relationship, the most important thing is not how much you give, but how you communicate. If the words and energy are flowing, everything else falls into place.
Well said. I think the bottom line here is simple. Respect, communication, and the flow of positive energy are the cornerstones of any strong marital relationship. Without them, the marriage becomes just an arrangement.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll wrap up today's episode. Let's all take a moment to reflect on how we communicate with our loved ones and make sure we're really listening and respecting them.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time with more insights on building stronger, more meaningful relationships.